Have you ever wondered what true love really looks like? I mean, the kind of love that can transform not just your relationships, but your entire life? Well, stick around, because we're about to dive into the greatest chapter on love ever written. But here's the twist. It's not about emotions or romantic gestures. This kind of love is patient, kind, forgiving, and so much more. And the best part? You already have access to it. It's available to you right now. Before we explore 1 Corinthians 13, take a moment to hit that like button if you're ready to understand how this love can change everything for you. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on more powerful content like this. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 1. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. This verse reminds us that eloquent speech, whether in human languages or even angelic ones, means nothing without love. It's not the words we speak, but the heart behind them that truly matters. Lord, help me speak with love in my heart, knowing that my words are most impactful when they reflect your love. May my communication be more than noise, but a true expression of your grace and kindness. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 2. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. Even if we possess extraordinary gifts or faith, without love, they amount to nothing. Love is the foundation that gives these abilities meaning and purpose. Father, I pray that my gifts and faith are rooted in love. May my actions and beliefs always be motivated by your love for me and others. Help me to see love as the highest calling in all that I do. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 3. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Sacrificial actions are meaningful only when motivated by love. This verse challenges us to examine our intentions, reminding us that love is the true measure of generosity and selflessness. Lord, help me to give with a heart full of love, not for recognition or reward, but out of genuine care for others. May my sacrifices always reflect your love. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. Love is patient, choosing to wait and endure, and kind, showing grace and compassion. It is not selfish or competitive. This verse challenges us to cultivate humility and empathy in our relationships. God, grant me the patience to endure challenges and the kindness to show compassion. Help me to set aside pride and envy and let your love shine through my actions. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 5. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love protects the dignity of others, prioritizes their needs over our own, and is slow to anger. It doesn't hold grudges, but seeks reconciliation. This is a call to let go of offenses and practice forgiveness. Father, help me to love others without keeping count of their wrongs. May I be quick to forgive and slow to anger, honoring others in all that I do. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 6. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. True love cannot rejoice in wrongdoing or deceit. Love embraces and celebrates truth, regardless of how difficult it may be. This verse calls us to live in the light of truth and integrity. Lord, help me to love the truth and seek it in every situation. May I never delight in falsehood or evil, but always pursue what is just and right in your eyes. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 7. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love is a constant force for good, providing protection, trust, hope, and perseverance. It never gives up. This verse calls us to keep loving, even when circumstances are hard. God, thank you for the unwavering strength of your love. Help me to love others with the same steadfastness, protecting, trusting, hoping, and persevering no matter what. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 8. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. Unlike spiritual gifts that are temporary, love is eternal. It is the one thing that will never fade or fail. This verse invites us to prioritize love, as it will last forever. Lord, thank you that your love never fails. Help me to invest in love, knowing it is eternal, and to reflect your everlasting love in my life and relationships. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 9. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. Our knowledge and understanding are limited, but love fills the gaps. This verse reminds us that we don't have all the answers, and yet love guides us even in our imperfect understanding. Father, I acknowledge my limited understanding. Help me to trust your perfect love, even when I don't have all the answers. May love guide my steps. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 10. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When we are fully united with God in heaven, the partial things will fade away. Until then, love is the greatest and most enduring gift. This reminds us to focus on love as we await the fullness of God's kingdom. Lord, I look forward to the day when I will know you fully. Until then, help me to love with all my heart and let love guide me through the journey. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 11. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. Love matures us. As we grow in love, we leave behind childish behaviors and embrace a deeper, more mature understanding of others. This verse challenges us to grow in our capacity to love. God, help me to grow in maturity and love. Let me put aside selfishness and childish ways and embrace a love that is wise, understanding, and full of grace. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 12. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. In this life, our understanding of God and His love is partial, but one day we will see Him face to face. This verse reminds us to live in the hope of fully knowing God and experiencing His love in all its fullness. Lord, I look forward to the day when I will see you clearly. Until then, help me to live with the hope of your full revelation and to love others as you love me. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 13. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Faith, hope, and love are foundational to our Christian life, but love surpasses them all. Love is the eternal expression of God's heart, and it is the greatest because it reflects God Himself. Father, thank you for the gift of faith, hope, and love. Help me to cultivate the greatest of these, love, in every area of my life. May my love reflect your love for the world. If this message resonated with you, don't let it stop here. Take a moment to reflect on how you can live out the love described in 1 Corinthians 13 today. And if you found value in this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this truth. Also, leave a comment below telling me how you plan to show love in your life this week. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't already, Be sure to subscribe for more uplifting content. Thanks for watching, and may God's love guide you always. Subscribe.